I finished knitting the rest of March. So we have January, February, and March, and now I am on April 2024. So let's get started on knitting our daily rows for April 2024. We're going to knit April 1st to April the 6th, and it's going to be 2 rows per day. So we're going to have the double amount of rows, and it can take a few hours doing 6 days in a row. So let's get started on knitting, and we'll start April 1st. Okay, so it definitely is getting longer. It looks very pretty. The colors are so nice, the different variations of colors. So let's go ahead and add on our color for April 1st. So that's a little long. I don't know why I cut that so long. The fun part, sarcasm, is having to weave in all the ends later. I'm going to have to start doing that soon too. I am working on April the 1st. So April the 1st, we're looking at 57 Fahrenheit. And we are going to add on light green. So let's just add the light green. We're going to knit all the way across for row 1. All right, so tie a knot once, and then when you come back, you'll tie it at the end. So we're just going to continue knitting all the way across for row 1 for April the 1st. 57 Fahrenheit. Knit all the way across. We're going to knit 2 rows. So we're going to knit all the way across, and then we'll come back. Garter knit stitch. I am April the 1st. 57 Fahrenheit. I am using light green. And I'm almost done row 1. So I'm just going to knit to the end. And I'll continue to knit row 2 all the way across. So I'm going to knit row 2 all the way across, April 1st. Continue knitting all the way across, row 2. I'm just finishing up the second row, April 1st, 57 Fahrenheit. I'm using light green, and I'm just finishing the second row. Garter knit stitch, knitting to the end. And now I'm ready to start my new day. Just going to go ahead and double knot this. So I tied it once, and now I'm going to tie it again. Okay, that's tied. I have to weave all that. I got to start weaving that in. It takes time though. I'm on April 2nd. I'm going to go ahead and take off the light green. April 2nd, 50 Fahrenheit. We're going to add on the forest green. Just add on the forest green. Okay. We're going to knit all the way across. Okay. Tie this once, and when you come back, tie it again. Row 1, April 2nd, 50 Fahrenheit, forest green, knit all the way across. Right, we're just knitting all the way across. April 2nd, forest green, 50 Fahrenheit. I'm finishing up row 1, just knitting the rest of the row. And now I'm going to continue knitting my second row for April 2nd. Just knit all the way across. Just knit all the way across. April 2nd, 50 Fahrenheit. I'm using forest green. I'm just finishing up my second row in forest green. And I'm going to tie that knot tighter. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I am on April the 3rd, and we are knitting for 50 Fahrenheit. So the temperature is 50 Fahrenheit, and we are going to be using the forest green. So I don't have to cut it off. We're going to go ahead and knit row 1, April the 3rd. We're going to knit all the way across in forest green. So just knit all the way across. April 3rd, forest green. Temperature is 50 Fahrenheit. I'm just finishing up row 1, knitting all the way to the end. Now I'm going to continue knitting all the way across for row 2, forest green, April 3rd, knit all the way across. April 3rd, 50 Fahrenheit. I'm using a forest green. I'm just finishing up row 2, just knitting to the end. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I am on April 4th. The temperature is 49 Fahrenheit. I'm going to continue knitting with the forest green. I'm just going to continue knitting all the way across. April 4th, 49 Fahrenheit, forest green, just knit all the way across using the same color we used for the last few rows. Knit all the way across. April 4th, I am almost done knitting row 1, forest green, 49 Fahrenheit. We continued knitting with the forest green. So we have a few rows with forest green. Just knitting to the end. And now I'm going to start my second row, and I'm going to knit all the way across. Just continue knitting in forest green all the way across. April 4th, 49 Fahrenheit. I'm using forest green. I'm finishing up row 2, just knitting all the way to the end. Just knit all the way to the end. And now I'm ready for my new day. We are on April the 5th. Temperature is 48 Fahrenheit, which means we are continuing on with forest green. We didn't need to change our yarn up. So we're going to continue on with forest green, knit row 1, April 5th, just continue knitting all the way across. Less ends to tie in with the little bit you get as you knit consistently with one color in various rows for that day. Knit all the way across. Look at how gorgeous these colors are. I'm absolutely fascinated how pretty everything is looking. Each day is a surprise for the color variations. April 5th, we are continuing on with the forest green. 48 Fahrenheit. We're just finishing up row 1. We're knitting to the end. Just finishing up row 1. April 5th, all the way to the end, we're doing the garter knit stitch. And now I'm going to continue knitting with the forest green all the way across for row 2. So just knit all the way across. April 5th, 48 Fahrenheit. I'm just finishing up row 2 and I'm using forest green. I'm just knitting to the end. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I'm on April the 6th, 51 Fahrenheit. I'm going to continue using my forest green. Look at how many rows I've done. 2 rows per day. And it's been consistent of using the forest green from around April 2nd-ish, I guess it was, to April 6th. We started out with light green and now we've been using forest green. So let's go ahead and knit all the way across and then we will knit all the way back. So I'm going to go ahead and knit row 1, April 6th, 51 Fahrenheit. I'm going to knit all the way across. April 6th, 51 Fahrenheit. I'm just finishing up row 1. Knitting to the end. And now I'm going to continue knitting the second row in forest green, knitting all the way across. April 6th, 51 Fahrenheit. I'm just finishing up row 2. I'm using forest green. I've been working mostly with forest green these last 4 or 5 days. I used light green and now I've used forest green for most of my days, 2 rows per day. And I'm just knitting till the end. And now I'm ready to start my new day. All right, so I just finished April 1st to April 6th, 2024 for my temperature blanket. And as you can see, there's a lot of green. We used light green and then the rest of the days were my forest green. So this is what it looks like so far. It looks absolutely fabulous. Can't wait to finish more of April. But until next time, I'm going to call it for today and we will do our April 7th and on temperature blanket rows another day. So happy knitting, everyone. See everyone later. Like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see everyone next time. Bye for now.